I kind of like it. It just feels absolutely necessary here, right?
Yeah, level 20 in MKB is where I think you can turn this game around.
This is a deep dive. Could be a
toss back.
Fight.
It's not going to go very far, just to the creep wave. X marks on Chiro Jr., pulling him back into the boat and the pin as well, overlapping their stunts a little bit. The arena walls do protect them, though. Really not much being done there from either side damage-wise, but I guess with abilities used, one win feel like, okay, that's good enough for us to hit this tier 2. 1W will keep their pressure up.
Pierce the Veil committed is going to be down for 40 seconds. At least his ult isn't a massive cooldown. You didn't get what you were looking for. I mean, we've just seen over and over. It feels like 1W can go for these initiations, and even if they go wrong, they just walk it off. Like, there's no punish on a play like that.
Yeah.
It's a big deal. And that'll push the Brewmaster to his Radiance. More evasion to make this Morta's life miserable until you get to that MKB.
Swing strong, Blink Dagger, Solar Crest. He's looking at a Boots of Travels next. So he knows Team Zero have been trying to rat. We'll try and keep up with them.
It's going to feel good in this game. Just being able to push lanes, still join the team, set up some easier catch on the Tinker if he's trying to get greedy on the map. Every little bit counts here. Again, you kind of want to play this split map style until you are ready to group for big objectives with Aegis timings. Bots helps. And the lead still 10k here for 1W. Feeling comfortable in this game. Except for the big Morta threat that is looming.
Yes. The big Muerta threat.
You don't believe Austin. I can sense some doubt.
What do you mean sense? I was very clear from the start of this game.
I feel that you don't believe in it.
From the very first sentence I spoke.
Some subtle hints of disbelief.
3-14, 9,000 net worth lead for 1W. And they have had a bit of a poke at the high ground just to keep Team Zero honest, but they're probably not really trying to crack open that high ground until the second Roshan, which does give us a window, perhaps, for Team Zero to get to the items, the prerequisites required. Hook shot used to try and get out of there. Couldn't get outside of the range of the shackle shot, though. ZZQ will not make it out this time around.
Somebody's got to make the space.
Somebody's got to die.
Daedalus for the Wind Ranger, and they only got 3 Wisdom Runes.
They got triple Wisdom Runes.
That's
how far ahead they are right now.
Yeah, that's a big influx. And this Daedalus, I feel like Daedalus is the big point for this hero. This Whirlwind with the crits is, well, it's just stupid. There's no other way to phrase it.
It's just what?
Stupid.
Oh.
I mean, it's an AoE attack spell that procs on every hit. The only other version of that that's ever existed in Dota, I think, was Medusa talent.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're right, that is pretty stupid. I never thought about it that way.
Yeah, it's the same with lifesteal on this hero. Like, there's a lot of things that make this Whirlwind incredibly powerful in the late game.
What do we got? Minute left until potential Roshan spawn time, so probably not too much that's going to be happening. Any other, like, items that you see that are coming up specifically for Team Zero that would give us a little silver lining to this dark cloud that is 1W pushing into the high ground again? I mean, at this point in time, like, they're going to take this tier 3 just through chip damage. Tiny's coming in to finish it.
It's very slow. They don't mind sieging, I guess. I mean, it's just the Morta items. Like, that's really the big difference.
Look at this Tiny's damage, man. Elena Barracks for nothing. No contest.
Erica came back. This signals you have to get something out of it.
I mean, this is even worse than no contest. This is
yeah.
Pathetic contest that you don't have heroes on the map farming away during this period of time.
I mean, you're going to have to, like, smoke out of here or something, contest the map, try and set the lanes up or get a team fight into next Roshan. Something on this trajectory. Refresher for 7E would be really big as well if you can get to it. Like, they're kind of close to some of these big items. Refresher Mars and MKB for Morta. You can win a team fight off that. It is a lot of control and damage. You're going to have Tinker just giving you the sustain in there as well.
Yeah.
A lot of it's how that team fight gets set up if OneDub can find good initiations with Lasso Toss, then a lot of that goes out the window, right? But if you can avoid that, start the fight on your terms, or just commit in on like a botched initiation or one where the hero doesn't just get all in.
So all the pressure on 7E, that's what I'm hearing from this.
It's a
This
decent amount,
smoke, he's got to get a good blink initiation. They're playing for Roshan. It's not up, and it won't be for quite some time.
And there's the Vlads for the Omni Knight. This is the lifesteal for the Wind Ranger that I think is really nice to have, but if you can avoid having to buy Satanic yourself, just feels that much better. I like these support pickups here from OneDub, really respecting their one positions in both these games and playing around them, buffing up the damage, giving them all the sustain and the survivability they need, and just letting them go to work. Lunkushi has been pampered, for lack of a better word.
He really has. Nice use of the X there. 7E goes through the gate to push out the top lane without any fear of being caught in the process. OneW, now it's their turn to smoke up and try and assault Team Zero's positioning.
Radiance off, no position given away. Scouting with the gem, going in blind, Sweden Strong.
CZQ jumps up to the high ground, Sweden Strong, just trying to see what vision is available here. Meanwhile, Chira Jr. is immediately going to pop his BKB and get the toss back onto CZQ. Beyond, nice tidal wave in on Cloud, no follow-up to it whatsoever. Team Zero are not even going to try for this apparently, but they are going to get grabbed on their attempted retreat. It's going to be Beyond. Gets pulled to the other side of the arena walls and left for dead.
They want more here.
How much more are they going to be able to get? Oh, what? That Gleitnir animation. They have the net on the ground, but somehow doesn't catch the Tinker. He completes his TP. They get the BKB out of 7E.
That's what they wanted.
There goes your Roshan contest if Roshan was up right now. A later Roshan means that perhaps Team Zero can still formulate a response, a defense of the pit. And the MKB is done too, so
That's
level
big.
20 MKB, we hit the timing that we said Team Zero could turn the game around on.
They have to be able to control heroes, though. Every fight has just been OneDub controlling
Oh my god.
who's
I
committed and
forgot
who's
about
not, who can get out of the fight, who's stuck there, and there's just no one for Erica to hit.
Avery. It's not the level 20 timing. It's even worse.
Yeah, it's the 15
It's the
now.
level 25 time. Oh
Well,
my.
it's gunslinger damage plus gunslinger chance. Yeah.
I forgot about this. They pushed it back to level 25, so you have to choose between magic resistance or gunslinger chance, which I assume everybody takes gunslinger chance. But it just means that where to carry is like takes even longer to come up.
Yeah, it takes a little bit. I mean, that's the beauty of it, Austin. It's the,
Is it?
it's the journey.
It's
a glory.
It's a long ass journey, man.
Yeah, it can be. This is a long Roshan.
Yeah, well, I guess one win, feeling like maybe Team Zero is going to contest, but they're not. So OneDub, this is
no
free for you.
interest in contesting here. So this will be an Aegis to the Wind Ranger. Also finished in Ags.
Yeah.
And has an Omni Knight behind her. Whew. This is a tough carry for Team Zero to bring down right now. Lunkushi is thriving.
Yeah, I feel like Wind Ranger carry is so obnoxious because of this, where it's like, oh, we finally have MKB to deal with Wind Run, but now you also need MKB and you need detection to be able to see her. There's just
And you need BKB control.
and you need BKB control.
We've seen the lack of, control through debuff immunity really hurting Team Zero in these fights, and OneDub are playing well around it. They have BKBs on all their big heroes. They have the Omni Knight to bail out anybody who maybe gets gone on before that. We saw how long Cloud was holding the Brewmaster ultimate in that fight too, right?
Yeah.
No pressure on him. at
No
all.
fear of being bursted, which may play against him in this next team fight with the MKB up and the level 20 timing. Double dead shot, of course. Very important.
Something. OneDub. That is a value shield rune hero.
Hey, we've seen bigger comebacks.
By the way, Chira Jr., he just went for the burst build. This is Echo Conda plus Quiver. Somebody's going to die. I don't know how else to phrase it. Somebody is going to get hit by this, and basically you're just spamming that buyback button. Oh, that is the best target to find.
Oh, but an X pullback off of the lasso. Good play from Beyond to be able to stop this initiation from OneW. And if they could kill the Brewmaster, can they do it? Keep him inside the calling, do the damage. Hookshot comes out a little bit more, but no, there goes the repel. It was waiting the entire time. Respected zero pressure on him whatsoever.
Shit.
My tidal wave to try and get out. And Arena as well. A full retreat out. Can all of these heroes get away? Wait, they all made it out. Okay, maybe they couldn't win the fight, but they also only kind of lost it.
Yeah? Only issue is you're going to get sieged now, and you're missing a lot of your big ultimates. And this Whirlwind back up in 6 seconds here.
Okay, but 4 more levels to go for level 25 Muerta.
So if you win a fight, you'll be there.
That
almost.
may not be true.
Gotta wait for this Pierce the Veil. It is up. Oh, man, you wish you had the toss here or something. You have a spear back.
They do have a spear back. A target that gets low. Deadshot doesn't actually bounce back to him. And boy, god damn that damage. Woo! There's some heroes dying out here. And the Muerta. Yeah, one dub say, I ain't afraid of no ghost. We ain't leaving. This Muerta's no threat. We're going to take this lane of barracks. We're going to take the second and third lane of barracks. And we're going to take Megas. And there's not a thing you can do about it. Team Zero are going to be eliminated. Y1W.
A rough event for them. They had their highs, but ultimately unable to muster a good defense here in the lower bracket elimination game. But 1Dub starting to find some momentum. I think this is the kind of style we expect from this team. Some decently paced early game, getting the team fight online, and then just out executing people, turning Munkushi into an absolute 1v5 beast. And he just outpaced everybody in terms of the damage, the farm, the scalability. They had every single buff in the game behind him. Very well executed series from 1Dub, and I mean, they're going to be moving on.
Absolutely. It seems like they are getting a bit of a glimpse of the performances we saw leading up to this TI in the first place. And we'll see how long their lower bracket run can go with the panel.
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
All right. You're supposed to be a little bit quicker on that one.
Good.
It was
everything I dreamed of.
That was for you, Jenkins, and literally no one else out there. But 1W, all you fans, you'll be loving the fact that they got this 2-0 here. They are continuing on in their journey for the road to the international. Unfortunately, though, Team Zero, a team that started so strong in groups, is our second team we're going to be saying goodbye to right now. It was a well-fought series, but ultimately they didn't have answers. Maybe this carry Muerta was a little bit left to be desired there, Fear. You didn't have faith in it when it was picked up, and I'm sure you still have no faith in it.
Yeah, I mean...
that was a question.
I just had to double-check the numbers real quick, and
oh, yeah.
They computed to 0 kills, 3 deaths, and 1 assist. That's not very good. And I'm not really blaming the player because I don't think this hero is good.
To be fair, he had a 33.33% kill participation.
Right. And that's pretty good.
That's pretty good as a carry.
It's not that good as a carry. That's not good either, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not having any kills and 1 assist is not great. But either way, I think Muerta right now is just, it's really hard to play. And I think against a lot of the heroes that they did pick here, makes it even more difficult. Like, I get the idea behind it. They wanted to just go ahead and pop her ultimate, right? And then all of a sudden Wind Ranger can't attack you, but you also can't attack Wind Ranger, which is not great. And I think this Brewmaster last pick by 1Dub was a brilliant pick. We saw time and time again. This Brew would just ult and then get on top of the Muerta, and unfortunately Muerta's not one of those heroes like Sven or Gyro where you have a lot of damage at those lower levels. Sure, maybe later on if you get there and you're gonna do a lot of damage, but you just park all the Brewlings on top of the Muerta. She ulties, you Cyclone her. It's just a really tough matchup here. I kind of like the idea that Team Zero is going for. They had the Kunkka versus the Wind Ranger. We all are in agreement that's a really good matchup. And I think Mars is also good against the Wind Ranger as well, but they didn't draft any damage heroes. Clock no damage, Tinker no damage, Kunkka doesn't do the damage, Mars doesn't do the damage. So much relied on this Muerta getting incredibly farmed and killing everything, but how do you get there?
Yeah, this replay right here, this team fight, I know it was right at the end, quite late in the game, but this really illustrated the fact that they're throwing everything out on this Brewmaster. He still lives through it, still has more than enough health, and then you're like, okay, there's just no damage at all coming out, and they've just used everything to completely retreat.
Yeah, it's not just like the Muerta being like hard to play. Right? I feel like in general, what they are drafting is hard to play. The way they are playing Dota, unfortunately, after the group stages, just they couldn't really keep up with the heroes that are being moved or changed, by the other teams, and the heroes that are strong right now. Unfortunately for Team Zero, they can't really play it. That's why in the first game they did try, but in the second game they kind of just went back to what they are really, really comfortable.
Yep, the stats we're looking at a reflection of game number 1. We're just refreshing your mind in case you weren't really sure how 1W was able to get the win for game 1. We obviously just saw game 2 win for themselves, so a nice 2-0. I do think watching this gameplay, I normally like to be quite, looking on the bright side of a team once they do get eliminated out of a tournament, but for Zero, it's really hard to, knowing how strong they were in groups, and to see a best of 3 play out this way, Jenkins, I'm kind of grasping for straws here.
It's kind of your fault, to be honest with you.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I mean, I think you mentioned, I hope this day 1 wasn't a fluke, right? And then they just bomb out after. You did say that, so you jinxed.
I did actually say that. I did say that.
To be fair, she said that for pretty much all of the unexpected teams.
No, I didn't. I literally only said it for Zero.
Nouns is doing great.
I literally only said it for Zero. Well, either way, though, with 1W being our winners, let's have our winners interview. Let's hear from them themselves with Nomad.
Thank you very much, Nat. Yes, indeed, I am here with Respect, who's earning some respect for himself and his team after taking their first big win on the road to the International here. 2-0, is this what you expected coming into the series?
Yeah, we expected 2-0. We were confident. These 2 days were tough for us. We trained a lot, tried to fix our problems because we played very bad at the beginning of the International. Like, very bad.
Well, you certainly improved. So what do you put this down to? What was the kind of training like for you guys? Was it just playing? Was it planning? Was it looking at drafts, replays, everything?
I mean, everything at all. Like, everything. We talked a lot about, like, not Dota things, like how we feel in game, communication. We played a lot of scrims, watched a lot of our scrims, and, like, how do you say it? Figure it out. I don't know how to say it in English.
Yeah, eat, sleep, Dota, repeat. It seems to be working well for you guys. Do you feel like you learnt a lot from your series against Cloud9, which you took into this series?
Yeah, we learned a lot. They like outplayed us in every aspect of the game. Even not in game, even outside the game, our like mental preparation for the Cloud9 series was not good.
Well, it's good to see you guys improving and learning those lessons. Finally from me, what do you think about your series coming up later today against Falcons?
We played scrims against them. We can win. Short answer.
Short answer indeed. And a surreptitious smile here from Respect, a little bit of confidence perhaps. Back to you guys, Nat.
Hopefully Respect is able to continue that confidence because they'll be the final series for today. We're only halfway through our day. We've already seen 2 teams eliminated, but 2 more are going to be going home. Our second one here was Team Zero, unfortunately getting 0-2. They weren't able to leave the road to the International with a win under their belt in this best of 3. It's really tough to walk away not having that, but hopefully there's some more bright things that you can point out, Jenkins, that they're going to bring for the next season.
I mean, definitely in looking at this team, I saw that there was a lot of losses to Azure Ray other than in the TI qualifiers, so I kind of expected to see something that was like some fluke comeback sort of stuff, but they looked amazing, like genuinely. And like I said, on the first day, like Ponlo really, really impressed me. So I was watching a lot of him, but then I noticed like his team was also playing incredibly well. Erica obviously has played on, Vici in the past. So that's kind of some old blood there, which I was hoping would help them with the emotions and stuff like that. But I think it's a little bit of lack of experience that has led to this point. They're like, bright stars with a bright future, but they need some ability to continue that forward as the meta is changing.
Yeah, they tried to fit into this meta, try and be able to make a little bit of a comeback, maybe a little bit of a run in the lower bracket for themselves. But unfortunately, their journey ends here. We've got Pyrion on standby with one of our players to see just how they're feeling after this unfortunate loss.
Yeah, thanks, Nat. I'm here with Ponlo from Team Zero. Ponlo, first of all, very sorry to see you guys go out of the tournament. Could you just give me a brief idea of what, in your perspective, went wrong in that series?
Probably, I mean, the last game we knew we would have some damage issues, like potentially, but we thought that we could delay the game, prolong the game enough that until our carry is online, but I mean, we probably just made some mistakes.
Sorry, there's a lot of yelling off camera there. It's all right.
I guess we have a weakness when it comes to early game skirmishes. I think we have shown to be a bit poor at that. Our strength comes in, my team's strength I think comes in the mid to late game, the shot calling around our carry, the way we team fight around each other and stuff like that. But this tournament is like more and more, I mean, after the Falcons at BB games, I think teams realize that our weakness is in our early game, and I felt like Bad Boom and Falcons were like kind of playing not to lose against us. They were a bit conservative, they were slow, and they let us play our game. But then after those two series, it felt like, even in scrims, like teams were starting to like ramp the tempo up against us, and we kind of struggle against it.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, I know that one of the things you said before the tournament is that you wanted to make sure that when you came here, at the very least, you played Dota that you could be proud of and that your team could be proud of. You definitely achieved that.
I don't really think so. I think for me individually, I don't really like the meta for me. Really my thing, the hero pool in the post 4. I tried my best to adapt and to do what's necessary. I don't think I was like good enough this TI, but I tried my best. So it's like I don't blame myself for it, but I don't want to stand here and lie and tell everyone like I'm so good, you know, because yeah, I just don't think so.
I know you can be very hard on yourself. Did you at least enjoy TI while you guys were here and competing? That must have been satisfying.
There were good days and bad days, you know, when you beat. The first day actually, when we played against Falcons, like I felt super good in the morning because it just feels like, well, we already lost. So let's just, you know, let's just see what happens. Let's just click some buttons, play. Let's just try to go kill some guy, and then if you kill somebody, you're happy, you know. And I think like that light feeling like made us play like better. And then probably after we won versus Falcons at Bad Boom, then we started to have more and more expectations of how good we should be. And then when we start to drop games against teams that we feel like we are better than, then like problems start to arise, and then conflicts start to arise, and then it just snowballs, you know. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people have enjoyed watching you, myself included. Is there anything that you'd like to say to the Team Zero fans out there who were supporting you throughout the tournament?
I don't know, I haven't met many, but I guess thanks for believing in us, believing in, maybe some of them believe in me, even when I don't really believe in me to do that good this tournament, but yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Okay, don't be so hard on yourself, Ponlo. We enjoyed watching you, but unfortunately we do need to say goodbye. But for now, I'm going to throw it back to Nat and the panel to discuss this series.
Thank you so much, Piran. You might have to give Ponlo a little bit of a hug there for me. He's being really harsh on himself, but he can, rest assured, walking away from the road to the international here. He's at least made a fan of me for Team Zero here. They definitely put up a good display. The expectations, sometimes it's hard to really amount to them. The pressure might come more internally than it does from the outside. But either way, they had a great start to this group. It is a very unfortunate end for themselves. We won't be seeing them here continue on in the road to the international, but we will be seeing 1W continue. They're going to be playing again later today up against Falcons. They need time to reset. We're only halfway through our day. We still have BB Team up against Nouns. But before we get to this, just a little PSA, guys, and a little bit of a short film contest here is appreciate your supports.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant. Merci beaucoup. Radiant's barracks are under attack.
Go green!
A Radiant barracks has fallen.
Thank you. Nice. Juggernaut!
Radiant's Ancient is under attack.
Feel the chill.
Gaming Gladiators, last year's runners-up, are back again to try and claim the Aegis, and doing so they've already taken EWC on their path here, and I'm now joined by Ace. Obviously, TI, and especially big for you as is in your hometown. I mean, you're literally 10 minutes away. What's it like to play here?
It's something that I honestly never thought would happen, because like Dota has not been that popular in Denmark for quite a while now, but like it's like so amazing. Like it's been so chill. We also been boot camping here. Like it's just so chill for me. I just came here like 20 minutes ago. My brother just drove me.
Amazing. So you know, are you going to be able to have all like your family and everything and your friends at the arena for the finals?
Yeah, I think like a lot of my family will come, and like most of my friends also. I think.
So obviously last year, you know, you had a phenomenal run last year. You know, game and were the team to beat. And this year, I think kind of people started to maybe doubt you or count you out, but then you just come back, you know, prove them all wrong with a phenomenal past few tournaments. You know, how does that happen? Was that like the game? Was it you guys? Was it, you know, your opponents? You know, how did this come about?
Kind of a mix, I would say. Like when you win a lot, the game definitely keeps like nerfing your strategies and your heroes. There's so many frequent patches, and whoever wins what they play the most will always get nerfed.
Yeah.
And this just kept happening and happening and happening. And after every tournament, you have to like find new stuff. You really have to try it again and again and again. And you keep doing this for so long, it gets pretty hard to like keep it going.
Yeah.
So I think people got a bit exhausted by like trying after every tournament and getting the motivation all the time.
Yeah.
So I think that was like the main problem. But now also after not winning so much for a while, I think we just kind of got a lot of the drive back again. And now then it just worked out for Saudi.
How do you think about last TI and especially those grand finals?
There's been so many tournaments, but like we had a pretty crazy lower bracket run.
Yeah, and the grand finals versus Team Spirit and everything.
Yeah, that year was just like pretty crazy because feel like we were pretty bad, and like.
Oh really?
Yeah, like we went pretty much like straight to lower bracket. I think almost like didn't we have like full lower bracket run almost? But somehow we just managed like to claw through games and then make it all the way to the final against Spirit. In that final, we did not play what we usually play, like in the semi-final, every games before that. That's also something we had talked a lot about and like worked on.
Mm-hmm.
That like why did that happen? Like what happened in that final particularly? And I do think it's something to do with some players. They do set TI, they regard it as like way above everything else.
Yeah.
That can easily create like this build pressure.
Yeah.
That can go to like choky mindset and this kind of just happened for us. So hopefully. Like we talked a lot about it, but hopefully it's not really something that's going to happen when we're going to play in this final.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously it didn't happen or did it happen at EWC and you learned to kind of beat it, you know, what was the...
Yeah, I mean, again, like we've been in a lot of finals. I think we have a pretty good final win radio.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like EVC, it's not really a TI. TI is just a bit special. And can create more pressure somehow because people really want to be part of the I have one TI club.
Yeah.
Get the rings or whatever you get, you know, all the stuff.
Yeah, hopefully yeah. I mean, what would it mean for you personally, you know, on home soil nonetheless to be able to win it, to hold that Aegis, you know, what would that be like for you?
As soon as I knew that TI was going to be in Denmark, then I instantly thought, oh shit, man, like if I'm ever going to win a TI, I definitely want to win this one.
Yeah, in front of your friends and family as well.
Yeah.
That'd be incredible.
So it means a lot.
Who do you think your biggest supporter is going to be in the crowd? Who's going to be screaming the loudest for you when you do get on that stage?
Usually it's the people who's like sitting with the GG boys, like the org, and then they usually have like the Giga fans around, and then like they usually have some drinks and stuff.
Those guys will be the loudest.
Those guys you can usually hear, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming to talk to us, Ace, and thank you so much, and best of luck, obviously, TI.
Thank you for having me.
Hello, I am here with Psyker, or a player you may have formerly known as Nightfall, has now changed his name to Psyker. First of all, I've got to ask, what does the new name mean? Why did you change it?
I mean, kind of predicted people gonna ask this question. And just kind of got tired of last name. And if you translate from Japanese, it's something like sadness, but it also refers to some of Naruto, like best, from my opinion, like soundtracks.
So you guys, I'd say, BetBoom are kind of thought of as this EEU sort of super team. You've had some great results. Do you guys feel like a sort of super team, like a super group? Or do you think like, we're not there yet, we can still do better?
I'd not say we think of ourselves as a super team. Like a lot of people was saying it, I'd say back then, like 2 years ago, when we had like Pure in our team, and I was playing free, and it was kind of really like, like dream team. Dota is a team game. It's like you need to have not only like good individual players, but also you need to be a great team to win.
Speaking of that, you guys have had a little bit of rebuild here and there.